What's happening, people? How we doing? Oh man, it is the afternoon. It's getting harder. My goodness. It's this is a joy. This is a joy. I am so glad to get here in the afternoon. Make sure that we're waking up. Make sure that we're waking up. Taking the message from this morning. Dom, you were on what, 2 mornings in a row? 2 mornings in a row, Dom? Giving the good message about dads and parenting. Dom, are you telling everybody that we are no experts whatsoever? Are you reminding them that? I mean, you might sound more like me than an expert in parenting. I'm not really sure, but I think that overall there is no perfection, right? We are just dads, parents, moms, everyone. We're just showing up. We're all figuring out together before bedtime, and if we don't, that's okay. So that's what's going on. But we are recapping the morning daily dad lesson from Ryan Holiday inside Daily Dad. Who we got? If you are here in the chat, please just give us a little hello. Let's know what's going on. Because we want to take a little moment, not just for gratitude, but we definitely want to take a moment just to give ourselves a little pat on the back because we need to, and that's important. Guys, have I been muted the whole time? Did no one want to tell me that I was muted? Thanks so much. But now I'm not muted. Now I know that. Now all of my words, which probably weren't all that important, now we can actually hear them. I'm coming down off of a good couple client calls, but it is a lot. Food is emotional in all kinds of ways. I love calculating numbers, but it's the emotions that drive the habits. And it's always fun. It's always a little bit challenging. But it's tough. Yeah. Well, we're showing up here again. I don't think you guys heard me before, but I just wanted to make sure that we are reminding you that we are here recapping everything from the morning. Dom has been, I think by himself 2 times this past week, chatting it up. Was that over an hour, Dom? Is that how long you had? Non-existent mountain time. Bar locker does not exist right now. That's true. Mountain time is not a thing. It just isn't. What happens in mountain time? If you're going to mountain time, if someone says I live in mountain time, what do you picture? I mean, it's weird because you don't picture anything. I don't know. If you're East Coast, I picture East Coast things. If you're Pacific, I picture Pacific things. If you're MP time, we know MP time. It's MP time right now.
It is MP time.
We're talking about mountain. What is mountain time? Why?
Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
It's okay. We love people in mountain time. I don't think it exists. Although, didn't we just decide the other day that mountain time, at least, no, it was Arizona time was was like the real time. I think that's what it was. So, hey, did you listen this morning to Dom?
I did. It was good. The chat was on fire. Chelsea was in there too, so it was going crazy.
Oh, that's so great. Chelsea was up on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, Chelsea, I miss you, Chelsea. I miss you. She's so great. Great mom.
I pulled up real quick and I was like, oh, now I got to hop in. And then I kind of got sidetracked and forgot about work and, stuff happens.
It's, that was, that's the big thing why I kept feeling so, I felt so guilty not being able to get there in the morning. It was like, I knew it was just, there's so much friction. I just needed to end the friction. So, but this is good because it's a good reminder of everything that we're kind of bringing in here. The message today was all about kind of having your house in order, not judging everything else around it. Guess you can talk politics here, right? Anything you had to do, which we're not going to, maybe, who knows? Do you have your house in order, you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's a relative term in my opinion. In order, like chaos wise and toys all over the place and food and crumbs and stuff everywhere. No,
Look,
it's not.
hold
Like
on,
there's
hold
3
on.
kids.
Dom is a mountain. Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry. I was gonna make a mountain time joke. Like Dom's not really there, so it doesn't exist. But Dom's here. Sorry, I cut MP off.
No, so like I was saying, like
How
in
dare
order
you?
as in like clean and tidy, like yeah, I mean as best as I can with the kids. In order as far as like practice what we're preaching and kind of like staying on task and trying to raise them how we want to, I would say we're doing our best. It's a daily chore, I want to say, because it's always something you need to work at and you kind of need to adjust according to, like you said, I mean, what's going on in the daily climate. I mean, it's the kids could come home asking a billion questions or ask one question and then be done with it. Like I was riding down, we live across the street from a deer processing. So it during deer season, there's like stacks of them just piled up out there. And my youngest was, well, my middle was like, "What are they doing?" I was like, "Oh, well, they're butchering the deer so everyone can process the meat and and he goes, "Oh, that's cute." So then obviously he's saying that's cute. It's throwing a red flag. I'm like, oh man. And then my oldest is like, oh, well, I want to go watch them and learn about it. So I was like, okay, so I have one saying that's cute and the other one saying like I want to go and learn more. So it's like having your house in order. It depends on the kid's temperament, I want to say, for day to day. I mean, they
Mhm,
can come home and be just miserable and it's just a working progress or process until bedtime. Or
mhm.
they could come home be in the best mood and it's just like easy peasy.
When you when I think about the home in order, there's a little bit of me thinking about like the judgment or the complaints that someone puts out when it's like you're not even doing that thing.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
When you are talking about like your kids coming home in like any kind of mood, um, I'm trying to connect it there a little bit. Where let's say you have these moody kids and they're just like rambunctious as all heck, right? They're
Mhm,
like home. It's like there's one kid moody over there. He's like yelling. He's like, I want the iPad or whatever, whatever. And you got another one over there is just like storming into the kitchen, whatever's happening. And then like, it's like this is just it's like one of those moments I think where someone could walk in and they're like, this is chaos. But really, most parents are like, oh, it's that time of day. Like everyone kind of understands it.
yeah, the
But then
good
there
old
there
witching hour.
easily could be like that the people who walk in and they're just like, "This is ridiculous." Like, your kid wants the iPad? Like, no, we don't do that. Or like you're snacking before dinner? Like, no, we can't do that. But like they're still doing the same thing at home.
Mhm.
So, that's kinda how I think about it. Uh, I think that's how we can all connect, on that level so much. Dom, what did you touch on this morning with the with Chels? What did you touch on with Chels with having your house in order?
Having our house in order. I don't know that we touched on house in order. Did we touch on that, MB? We were just so excited that Chels was there that we just let
I
it
was waiting for
fly
it.
with whatever was going on. I mean, we did talk about like how she and Rob are doing with their new ventures, how their kids are doing, like growing up with, I think her twins are about to be 3. So
Yeah.
she got twin boys at 3. So getting their house in order, I mean, I think she always describes it as like it's a shit show. Like many times she's been like, I don't want to come on. You guys don't want to see what's going on back here. But after talking with her, like I told her I played your little media like proud moment. I was like, look, I'm really proud of you and Rob and a lot of the things that she was telling me about, how they're working on a YouTube channel with Finn, and it's just like the the content and marketing strategies and stuff that her and Rob have been doing and pushing for a while now is like really rubbing off on her kids. So like I was like, this is a great
Awesome.
example of what we're reading in the book right now is show your kids your work, like show your kids what you do. Kind of like how you were like, you say your daughter will go up and she'll be like, well, where's the protein in that meal? Like, where's my yogurt?
Yeah.
And that's just because you live it. You talk about it in front of them. Um, yeah. So it was good. It was a good talk this morning for sure. I enjoyed it. We went long.
It was like an hour. It was nice.
Yeah, I closed the show finally, and I like rushed out of here. Like put my
You
pants
had
on.
to.
I mean, just kidding. Just went to work.
Hear that, Chels? He's just talking to you pantsless.
I was actually wearing pants. I wear sweatpants in the morning, and then I change into shorts for work because I can't go to work in sweatpants. I would love to because it's still pretty cold in the morning when I leave, like California cold, not y'all's cold. Fuck that noise.
It is
I'd just be
frigid right
dead. I'd
now.
just be dead in a corner if I was in one of them East Coast states.
It's the snow hasn't moved. It's just frozen ice tundra, um, pretty much everywhere.
There's just piles of snow. Like if there was someone buried underneath the piles, like no one would know it for. And like now the fact that like
Couple
we're getting
months.
this other like Arctic blast, like there could be things like inside of these snow piles that are just like sitting on the corners. Everyone's just like, oh, get rid of this. But like someone's like struggling in there.
But yet the
Yeah.
rats in New York still come back every year. Like they're not, you don't think that they're all just like the first things that get frozen and gone and
Wait, do
like
they come back every year? They don't go anywhere. They all just they huddle up with us
they just
until it's
survive
spring and
it.
they go back outside.
Gotcha. I thought it was funny. Like Soggy did a video. He's like, yeah, it snows, and then the sun comes out and melts it for a second, and then it just freezes stronger than ever. Like it just like repeats itself every day, every hour, and I'm like, fuck, that sucks.
It does. I mean, I would say one thing. It I don't know. MP, you've been on the East Coast your whole life, right? You're really close to where you grew up, right?
Yep.
Um, your brother escaped somewhat south. Not really though.
Not really.
But he's more south. But I mean, like, there's something hard to break yourself from the seasons, and it's like as much as we complain right now, I could find myself running right back here, and I did. Like I was down in South Carolina, and I missed the season. That's pretty like that's a typical thing for people to say, but it was like I still ended up having the same kind of like seasonal depression stuff going on down there. Like I was like, yeah, but now there's like no snow to like have fun with and complain about. So like, get me back up there then. I'll bundle up.
Yeah, I enjoy
Me,
the four seasons. I just don't. I feel like the last couple of years, there hasn't been like that gradual 2 to 3 week changeover. It's just been like, okay, well, today's going to be summer. Now it's going to be fall. No, nope, nope. We're going to go straight into negative degrees all of a sudden.
Yeah. I tried my
to be fair to the weather, MP, you also lost a ton of weight. That was like your security blanket for the
That was my
cold. So
fluff
like
blanket.
it's a little bit your fault too. Like you could just gain the
Problem. So, oh, we lost him.
It was it. Dom's been skipping, right? I've been thinking it's like my service. I wasn't sure, so maybe it's Dom. Uh, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like this is that moment where I'm like, my house is not in order. I don't know. It's like it's not. There's going to be other things that just we aren't doing.
No, and that's
But
kind of why I was saying it's like I think it's a constant process to get to where like because everybody has like they have kids, they sit down, they talk, and they're like, all right, this is what we're doing, this is how we're raising, this is the morals that we're gonna live by. And then like I always like to say, shit happens. You can plan ahead and then stuff happens day to day. And like the what I like about this is like the first line of what I say is like his part is it's easy to have opinions about what other people do. It's less fun to hold yourself to those own standards.
mhm.
And that's kind of what I was like hinting towards is like the kids coming home, like it being chaos, them all wanting all different things. And like if me having three kids, if I were to go into someone else's house, the kid came home and that went all, I would look at my wife and be like, I mean, this is utter chaos. Um, but yet someone could come into my and see the same thing. But like there's also it's hard because in our chaos it's almost structured chaos. We know like they're just getting done school, they're coming home, they're wired. We can't just ask them to like sit down right away, sit still again, even though you're home, you're relaxed, out of your uniform, in comfortable clothes, and you're going to do your homework, and then you're going to do your chores, and then you're going to sit down for dinner. Then you can have your playtime. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
we had to adjust our structure to like, okay, well, it's chaos for some people, but I kind of can see like it's a kind of working. So it's like that's why I like to say like your house in order. I don't think as a parent you can fully ever have it in order because the kids' lives are just always changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm also focusing too much on that house in order thing. I think it was just like one of these at the first paragraph there, just kind of it says make your own house or make your own household a democracy first before like asking or judging a democracy for not being one. Like that kind of stuff too. What's going on, Blaze? But I also like how this ends. I always like how Ryan Holiday wraps up these paragraphs. Show your kids that change is possible. Show them why your opinions matter and how they can make theirs matter. Um, Let them witness the real impact that comes from practicing what one preaches. Help them benefit from a focus on the practical instead of the theatrical, the actual instead of the hypothetical.
Down, do the reading.
Done. We did it.
Yeah,
It's done.
I like that line actually. Like I kind of skimmed through that, and I actually now that you reread it, I really like that because it shows like you're really having to show and like even like politics aside because this is like a very he does talk about politics a lot in this like kind of focus, but like even like just how you want to raise versus your wife want like you can tell your wife no that's wrong we're not doing it and then you kind of have to come like show your kids like you know what I thought was right it's wrong and that way was better but there's it's not no or yes it's more like me and your mother we talked about it and we each heard each other's side and then this is this settlement that we came to so it's kind of I took the whole because I got very like it seemed very political this paragraph to me just like how it was just he was trying to relate it to politics so I tried to like take it as like husband versus wife type of thing and see it from that aspect.
Man, you have a great way of communicating with your wife. I don't think that we've ever sat down. It's like, let me hear your side. Let me hear this side. Hey, kids, here are the sides. This is what we came to. I feel like there's
Don't
so
get me
much
wrong.
like
I have very rarely said the words "your mother's right." It's usually well. See, I happen to be wrong.
it's I don't know, maybe just being vulnerable. I feel like we're definitely like, I think marriage wise, I think we're definitely in like one of those harder moments as like things are always like all in transition. So it's even hard to see like eye to eye just from even like a value fundamental standpoint. Sometimes it's like the girls are home. They've been home like the whole week with like the flu. And so they've like been with me. And I know that at some cases they're like, don't let them go on the iPad here. And I'm like, I can only do so much, but like I pulled out these coins and I was like, okay, you get a coin for today and you get a coin. I was thinking about UMP. I was like, each coin, uh, it, it, you get 30 minutes, right? If you want to trade this in for 30 minutes on the iPad, go ahead and do it. So my youngest daughter, she's like, great, I'll do it. And she did. And it was great. She was like on there for like maybe 45 minutes, like a little bit over, but it was a great way for her to kind of like come off of it. But it was like I had to kind of take this idea of like, don't let them go on the iPad. I kind of had to find this like middle ground somehow. That was my solution. So I don't know. Maybe it's better than I think it is, but
I mean, I think it's a
it
great
just
solution.
it doesn't feel good. I don't know. Nothing nothing right now feels like it's all smooth. That's all I'm trying to get at.
No, still, I mean, it's they're sick, they're home. It just you just had snow days, so it's extra time off for them, and you still need to do what you need to do. So it's but you're giving them sort of a responsibility of like, here's your 30 minutes. When it's up, and this is your 30 minutes. You can choose when you want the 30 minutes. So I think I mean it was giving them some independence. I think it was a smart thing to do.
It was good. I mean, it was the like, okay, I won't throw the iPad and TV in front of them, and like I need to like close the door and like have my client calls. So it was. I feel like there was compromise. There's compromise. Compromise is hard sometimes. That's all I'm saying. What was the last thing that you guys had to compromise on? Because I feel like that is the thing that we kind of like call for all the time. We're like, oh, these people should see eye to eye. Like they should really listen to each other. When's the last time you guys like really came to like the standard definition of compromise? Was it like over dinner? Was it like was it like a vacation? Like what was the last thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's usually when for me, it's usually like on Fridays, like because that's when me and my wife have the most time to talk because I'm
Mhm.
off. So it's I do my thing in the morning, she does her work, and then usually she like tries to save like about an hour ish to like free time during the day so we can get lunch or we can just like hang out at the house. But she is moving up. She got a promotion. She's starting to become my sugar mama now. Um,
Nice.
so the
Yes.
income bet is switching. Um, and it was kind of like, well, summer's coming up. We have sitters for the baby Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, you're off. The baby's yours. I was like, but that's my golf day. So, and it was like as little of a compromise as it was. I was like, okay, that's fine, but my no golfing on the Saturday and Sunday is now off the table. And she's like, all
Yeah.
right, that's fine. Because I was like, I'm not gonna have to try to find another sitter, pay for someone on a Friday, but I'm also not like I'm not losing out on all golf. Like I still want to be able to golf. And she's like, you know what, that can work. Just do it either during nap time, later, or early. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
But
Do
yeah,
you love? Are you that good at golf?
no, I'm getting better. I'm like mid 80s. I'm not good. I
You
just
know,
enjoy
what
it.
is golf?
I just enjoy being out there for 3.5, 4 hours and just like quiet. And if I
Mhm.
get paired with someone, I usually just put my AirPods in and don't even put music on just so they don't talk to me.
Do you have anyone that you go with, huh?
I go with my one friend, but that's not too often. He's not the best golfer, so it's he gets frustrated very quickly, and I spend more of my time coaching him and talking him off of a cliff of throwing his golf
Saying,
club.
it's
And
okay, buddy. It's okay.
yeah,
Can I always love this. Can I ask you guys? Can we jump into a fun little thing here for a second? You guys got 5 minutes?
yeah.
Do it.
Let's do it. I need a little bit of a lead up right here. Here we go. I got this. I just wanted to see it. I'm kind of curious. I like to bring these things to my kids as much as I can. And then we're going to do it here. And by the way, Dom, we have to figure out what we're doing with this whole StreamYard thing. I think we have to start streaming from Riverside soon. So we'll see. Not sure if it's going to happen, but it could. But until then.
Well, you don't see that every day.
All right. So let's look at this. Dom, how have you been reading the comics? Do you know the comics? Do you know the V Friends comics?
I think I'm just on like 1 through 6 so far, and not really good. I've been listening to the Is It Canon podcast, so I am up to date on that.
Okay.
I
Good.
feel like they go
Well,
deeper than
then,
I ever would, anyways, in the reading. So,
yeah. Well, this is one that
spoiler! I haven't seen this one. I'm just kidding. I
well,
don't care. I'm just kidding.
sorry, buddy.
Okay.
I was thinking about kind of like having someone being able to kind of like think about what's going on in their home. And I loved this one because it is only one parent, because one parent is gone. And this is from the Kind Warrior comic. That was comic number what am I forgetting right now? Comic number, was it 9? Was it 9?
Yeah.
9. And so we have the Kind Warrior up top who looks kind of funky how he's kicking a soccer ball. but he's over there, he's kicking it, and he has it's the kid's mom, and so this is the uncle. The uncle's the kind warrior, the guy over there, the shirtless guy, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm having issues with this kid at home," and she's like, "I need help," and uh, his uncle's like, "Well, his dad died, so." Of course, he's gonna have issues. So she's like, let me kind of talk with him. It was making me realize that I maybe myself am always trying to take care of the issue. Like with my youngest, it's she probably pushes my buttons the most. And I don't know, kind of with like a compromise. I'm compromising with myself. Like I have to stop trying to find the fix and get someone else to help me with that. And I guess that's kind of where my wife can come in. But do you guys have anyone else in your life? Like, is there an uncle that kind of like picks up, would call your kids? Dom, you have the oldest kids here. Is there another family member that kind of comes in, gets involved, and kind of gives some advice or helps you out?
I've had we've had a couple of those. I would say it's like our new set of friends, like our friend group.
Oh,
So
nice.
in some of the interactions, they've came to our aid, not necessarily the rescue, because my wife handles it pretty well, but and like conversed with my daughters about certain situations, all as like one big group. And then I think for Brooklyn, for my middle child, I think I can see her leaning a little bit on Bailey's friend, that's been hanging out at our house quite a bit.
Mm.
They have a little bit of a relationship going back and forth on online, like text and call. So I can see, I like that. Like Brooklyn's 13, this girl Sam is 18, so she's obviously been through most of what Brooklyn's going through. So I like that and appreciate that. And then, like I said, our friends, the other moms in the group that my wife hangs out with, she talks to them about everything that's going on. And then when we all get together or have, parties or whatever, they'll bring it up. They'll go up to Bailey or Brooklyn and be like, "So what's going on with this person?" And like it'll kind of spark into a little conversation.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
it is cool. They what has there been any kind of like specific situation that they had to come in and help with, and you saw it actually kind of resolve something?
Well, I mean, the most recent one for Bailey was like when her and her boyfriend broke up. Like
Big one.
yeah, it was kind of like a whole to do, like the whole thing that happened. And there was just there's a lot of like different like nuance to what happened exactly. And so just to have like 3 or 4 other adult point of views on the situation, because it was something happened, and it was actually more along the lines of like her boyfriend's parents kind of put their foot down on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was good for Bailey, I think, to like hear the perspective of other adults. Our friends don't have kids as old as we do. They're more
Mm-hmm.
along like the younger ages, like your guys' ages and stuff like that. So but they still, they're still people. They still, they know that's coming. They're preparing, kind of like you guys are. You're preparing yourself for it. You have friends that have older kids, me. And so it was really helpful, I think, from Bailey to just not hear it from just her parents. Like, I don't know where I heard that or read that, but just that little bit of advice on parenting is like, put your kids in a room with other adults, like other parents, and like
Mm-hmm.
allow that space for the kids either to talk to them or them to talk to the kids, because sometimes it just doesn't, it just doesn't hit what you tell your kids as their parent. Like you tell them something,
Yeah.
they're in that mode. They're just like, "Oh God, Dad, again, Jesus." Whereas like if your friend or their uncle or their grandpa or their teacher or their, like a college kid tutor or whatever is like tells them the same exact thing, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's a really smart point." And you're like,
Yeah.
"I just said that."
I mean, how many times have we said something to a spouse or,
Yep.
significant other in any kind of way, and it doesn't come across the same. Like that's fine. I recently saw an article about like the importance of um, younger girls, like, and it was directed at like parents. So like the importance of having this relationship for your daughter. And the relationship that they were highlighting was the relationship of an aunt, because it was so important for a younger girl to have that relationship with their mother, and have whatever connection they can that they just have, but there needs to be that release for them to be able to understand where their mother's coming from, what they've been through, so like the mother's sister, like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And it was a good article. I want to find it again. I want to go back to it because it's just reminding me of it, about how like we like that relationship of cousins, that relationship of aunts and uncles, and how we have to be able to kind of show up for those kids. It's a good one. Dom, I have to jump.
Okay.
The client just realized she's angry. So I have to jump. I have to go talk with her. Can you want to shut down the show?
Yeah, me and
Cool.
MP can shut it down. Say
Go do
thank
that.
you to this like booming audience that is just chatting up a storm right now.
Don't
Everybody's
judge
fucking,
them. Don't judge
everybody's
the
on
audience.
lunch meetings. Where y'all at?
Just because you're able to put together the best morning show ever doesn't mean that you have to judge the people that are coming on here and the hosts that can't seem to get the chat going. My gosh. Now I'm gonna go.
Usually you do though.
I know. All right, guys. Love you.
See ya.
Oh man. MP, you're supposed to be working right now. This is not Friday.
No, I'm done. I'm done at 2:30.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I would normally be, but I have a 3:45 meeting. So I got to come back to the office for 2 hours to prep for it, then gonna slam that meeting down and then just fucking suffer hard in traffic today. It's just the worst.
Yeah, I don't know how
Thursday
you do
drive
that.
home is just, it's gonna be like almost 3 hours.
That's what I was saying yesterday afternoon. I was like, I complain about my 25-minute ride. It's like, I don't know how you do that.
Well, it's funny is like, so the only reason I do it and I feel perfectly, like for the most part fine, especially the first 2 or 3 years that I did it, is like I'm 42, been working since I, was 20 or something, like college for a couple of years. So like my commute has always been 15 minutes. Like I lived one town over from where I worked and I got lucky. Like the job
Mhm.
that I got was like super lucky and like super thankful. Like I live in Southern California, like weather, met my wife one town over. So it's not like when we met in a completely different state. We met in Arizona on like a spring break trip, but like thankfully she just lived one town over. It's not like I fell in love with a girl who lived like an hour and a half away and I had to commute. Like my buddy who I share an office with, like he tells me the story. Like he was up in Malibu, his girlfriend was down in San Diego, and he would like commute down there when they were dating. So like I just I just got lucky. And then our family expanded so much, we needed more square footage. And I'm like, look, I'll shoulder it. Like I haven't had to commute ever. Whereas like when I grew up, my mom commuted an hour and a half, 2 hours to work all the time and we barely saw her during the week. So, I kind of think of it like, especially in this area, like LA, like proper, like it's almost like a normal thing to have to
Yeah.
commute. Like, and especially like as you're commuting, you're like, yeah, I'm literally stuck on the freeway with thousands of other MFers that are doing the same thing. It's normal. And I went 20 years without doing that. So I'm just putting in my reps right now. I don't imagine I'll do it forever. The goal would be to transfer work out there or transfer family back here. It's hard. Like, I don't think I can transfer work out there because, like, what I do is very specialized to this area and
Mhm.
not so much out where we live. And then my wife's like, I don't think I could ever move back here because it's so expensive. And she's like, we can afford like a shack on dirt here, or we could afford a mansion out here.
Yeah.
So we're a little like, like Ryan was just talking about compromise, and I was struggling to think of any sort of compromise. And it's like, I think that was our compromise, is like, the compromise was like, okay, we're gonna live out there in a nice house and I'm gonna drive. It is, yeah, is what it is. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Yeah, I guess it's just so weird because like growing up, it was, I mean, like I had some of my friends in school, their parents worked in the city, but that's like taking a 10-minute ride to like a bus or speed line and then an hour and a half train ride. And so it's like hour and a half was like, oh, they're going all the way to New York and it's only an hour. So it was like, I guess really, I guess just like the two, it's just our long was an hour and a half. Our normal is like a half hour. For it's just, I guess, two different coasts. It's different.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, and like out where I live, it's like the amount of miles you have to like you can drive for in 30 minutes is crazy. Whereas sometimes it takes me 30 minutes to get from my office to a job site. And it's like one town over, but it's like it's just packed here. It's so condensed. Like they build on top. Like for someone like you, like if you were to show me like your aerial view of your property, like out here where I build, we could fit like 7 houses on your property.
Oh yeah,
Like the
probably.
way that we build them, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Probably more than that, but it's like, you imagine right now if you sneezed and 13 people heard you, like that's how it is out here. And so then there's that many cars on the roads, just like fucking like any time driving after 2 p.m. It's just like might as well just tack on another 10, 15 minutes per mile or something like that. I don't know.
oh man,
Stupid. It
man,
is
I
ridiculous.
can see it now that I got like a huge shiner on the side of my head. I hit the ground hard yesterday.
Sledding is a young man's game, bruh.
It
Come on.
really is. I thought I could do it.
Well, and you're a big dude, like, like I'm at least a smaller dude. So like it's, like arguably they don't make sleds for 6'2" dudes.
The worst was it was like a hold my beer moment because there was like we would go to the high school because they have like a massive hill. So there's like the high schoolers and the middle schoolers like going down on boogie boards and stuff, like trying to do it. I was like, here, boys, hold your sleds. Like, watch, I'll do it. And boom.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
yep, learned my lesson.
testosterone. Yeah. Yeah, never try to compete with high school boys. You had your time for that. It was when you were a high school boy,
Yeah.
and then like slightly after. But then it was just all downhill from there.
Yeah. I was like, oh man. I was like, there's a reason why that they can bounce up like they do, and I'm rolling on the ground for 2 minutes.
Still sore for like
Like,
a
I'm
week
fine, I'm
afterwards.
fine. Just go down the hill one more time.
Yeah, none of that. None of that at all. Too old for that shit. All right, man. Well, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Friday, MP's Friday, Dom's Friday. We were rocking out on the weekend. Thank you, everybody, for hanging, checking in with Ryan in the afternoon. Ryan's not going to be here tomorrow, but, hit the replay on this morning's episode if you ever want to hear a long one. Nice little interview with our buddy Chels. Great human. Yeah, and then thanks Chris for sharing us on your streams. We've had a couple people, let me say like 3 or 4 dudes come in from your streams and say what's up. Some have stayed around, come back a couple of days, others not so much, but yeah, man, totally cool. Thank you. I appreciate you, dude. All right. Have a good day, bud. See you, man. Where's the music?